What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Torino Career Mode. This is episode number 92, and we start today's episode off with a transfer offer here for Hong Chol, our South Korean left back, who's a real utility player. I've played him all across the pitch, really, in every position other than the striker ones. And Hong Chol is wanted by Empoli for £1.2 million. He's valued at £1.3 million. He's a 27-year-old, 71 overall, and he's not someone who gets into the team very often. I do like him because he came in on a pre-contract, and he's a player who he rarely complains. He's versatile, he's got loads of stamina, but he's probably going to be leaving now. That's totally fine with me. And there you go. And also Marco Verratti, I did mention in the last episode, he is my one transfer target in this January window. We put in a bit of £40 million for the PSG man, and we'll wait and see what they say. As you can see, Empoli did come back to us and said they'd matched the £1.4 million counter offer, and also PSG accepted the £40 million bid for Marco Verratti right off the bat. So when I got that email, I was like, oh, cool. I probably should have gone a little bit lower then, shouldn't I? Because, I usually say when you're bidding for a player, you usually go in with a valuation bid to start off with. But because of what happened in the summer transfer window, PSG flat out pretty much rejecting every single bid we put in for Verratti, which was over his valuation. I was thinking, surely they're going to do the same thing again. But no, this time, they're okay with just £6 million over his valuation, which is lower than the final bid we put in the summer transfer window. So they're actually accepting less money, which I thought was kind of funny. But either way, Verratti, we offer him a contract there. We look like he's going to sign for us for £40 million. He's a good player, Verratti, 87 overall, obviously world-class in the game. And, he's the perfect type of player, the type of player we've been wanting to play in that holding midfield position alongside Masaccio. Motta will most likely drop to the bench, or the Rezzies. But either way, £40 million, it's like, it's not a bad deal or anything, but I just think I probably could have got him a little bit cheaper. But anyway, we take on Roma for the first game of today's episode, the first of two games in today's episode. This is a massive one in the Serie A, as second place, third place. Juventus and both us, Torino, have had really good starts, but you can't discount Roma either. They've looked really strong early on. However, just 25 minutes in, we would take the lead in this game, and it came through an unusual source. John Anthony Brooks, the American, gets the goal. The corner was crossed in. A couple of players went for the header. No one got onto it fully, though. It dropped out of the sky to Brooks, who just volleys the ball in with the weaker right foot into the bottom corner. And I thought that was a really good finish as well. He's a centre-back, volleying the ball in there with real control, and that was his weaker right foot as well. But either way, Torino 1, Roma 0, Brooks' second goal of the season. In the 45th minute, Dodo almost equalised for Roma, but Bernie made a really smart stop at his near post and turned him behind for a corner. And again, in stoppage time, another good chance to the away side. Gervinho finds Kevin Strootman, and Bernie makes the save, and eventually Gervinho's shot goes into the side netting and behind for a goal kick. That was the final touch of the half, so we went into the second half, still leading by a goal to nil, and directly from kickoff, Shalanolu runs at the defence and shoots from range, but puts the ball over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So still Torino 1, Roma 0, and another good chance here for Roma in the 55th minute. I give the ball away of Alexandro. Doumbia strikes it from just outside the area, but he goes over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0 in this game, but loads and loads of chances. It's just that neither side really looked too convincing in front of goal. Again, we see a strike here going over the bar. Motta's shot taking a deflection and going behind for a corner. Neither side was really capable of hitting the target many times, and the Shalanolu crosses the corner in here. It's played in, and Brooks' header goes over the bar and behind. So still 1-0. Brooks went for his second goal of the game there. Just past the hour mark here from that goal kick, Alvarez, the goalkeeper, ends up launching the ball forward here towards the halfway line. Doumbia goes the header alongside Shalanolu and flicks it on towards Viviani. Viviani takes it around Masaccio here, plays it inside towards Doumbia, back towards Kevin Strootman. Strootman in on the ball, plays it through towards his man who shoots, and again, the shot is off target. So you can see the problem in this game. It wasn't a case of neither side being able to create chances. There were a lot of chances, just neither side was really capable of hitting the target. And as you can see, Arialdo miskicked the ball here. It comes to Strootman. He finds Gervinho, and again, the shot fails to hit the target, and Bernie's goal is not tested. So it's still 1-0. And in the 84th minute, another good chance for Rome here is to get on the right-hand side. Cross the win towards Gervinho at the far post. It's headed away by Darmian, only temporarily. Strootman finds Viviani, and again, you guessed it, the shot is off target. So still Torino 1, Roma 0. And one of the final chances Woodfield in stoppage time. Roma had a quick free kick and they gave it away. I gave it to Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who goes on the run, takes it around his man, has the pace to keep on going, gets around with a Berber spin after he catches up and shoots on the weaker left foot, but Alvarez makes a really, really good save and turns behind for a corner. So one of the rare times we'd hit the target in the second half, and it was still 1-0. And from the corner, it's played towards Sterling on the edge of the area. He goes for goal, but Alvarez makes the save, and Roma get the ball away. So final score was Torino 1, Roma 0. We get the win in a massive second versus third clash. You know, we're not going to rule out Roma. This was the halfway point after this game. We've played 19 games now. Halfway point has been reached in the season. We're not going to rule out Roma. They're still in the title race with 19 games to go, obviously. A lot of teams are. But either way, I think that was a big psychological win for us, knowing now that we have the better head-to-head record over the first leg, and of course we've now extended the gap between us and Roma to 8 points. So you know, we're not gonna rule out Roma. Absolutely not. There's still half a season to go. But the way Juventus and Torino have been looks as though if anyone's going to win the title, it will be between those teams. But again, Roma still very much in it with half a season to go, believe it or not. Still, Yassi Zardes has left the club on loan. He's gone to Cagliari, and also Hong Chol joined Empoli for £1.4 million. And we did indeed sign Marco Verratti for £40 million. So what do you guys think about this deal? Was it a good one? Should I have looked elsewhere? Have I not spent the money wisely? What do you think about Marco Verratti coming into PSG to Torino from PSG? Let me know in the comments. These are his stats here: 87 rated, 25 years old, value at £34 million. Unbelievable technical stats, looks very, very good, and the ideal player to playing that holding midfield position alongside Masaccio on the regular, because Masaccio is more the defensively solid player, Verratti's the passer, you know, so Masaccio will hopefully win a lot of balls back, give it to Verratti, he can set up the attack. So I'm really, really glad with that signing. He was my main target, but what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I should have gone elsewhere, because again, it is £6 million over his valuation, and don't forget, that's one of our most expensive transfers. We possibly could have got someone a little bit cheaper that could do just as good as a job. But let me know in the comments, was he needed? Was it a bad deal? What do you guys think anyway? Personally, you know, maybe I'm being biased here, but I think it's a great deal, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he does in a Torino shirt, and he will most likely be our final signing in the series. But still, we take on Fiorentina for the second and final game of today's episode here, and the first chance on the first goal we scored in the 5th minute. I was so desperate to get Neymar an assist there with that rainbow flick in the passage of play. Instead, the Fiorentina man wins it back, but thankfully Neymar does win it back off his toes, back heels it towards Immobile, and Immobile makes it 1-0. So it's still a pretty nice assist and everything, but the rainbow flick, had it been fully completed, I suppose, would have made it look a little bit better. Still 1-0 to Torino, Immobile with the goal, and in the 11th minute Fiorentina went pretty close there, but it was still 1-0. And in the 15th minute we had a corner, Gabbiadini crosses the ball in, Immobile wins the header, but it's off target and behind for a goal kick. So still 1-0 in this game. And in the 90th minute, a good chance for Fiorentina to equalise. They get on the ball just outside the area here. Eventually it comes to Borja Valera, who turns and shoots, and it's off target and behind for a goal kick. So Fiorentina having a good couple of chances in the first half, but failing to hit the target. But in the 25th minute, we did hit the target again, and we also found the back of the net again. Manolo Gabbiadini stood over a free kick and curled it in with the left foot to get his second free kick goal in a Torino shirt. And it was quite a nice strike and everything, don't get me wrong. It was nestled into the bottom corner, really accurate strike. More about the accuracy than the power, but the wall did not do their job. They actually crept forward a little bit, but as you can see, it goes through two players' heads in the wall, goes through the gap, and they just turn their back. That is very, very poor indeed. And Gabbiadini finds the bottom corner. I don't think you can really blame the goalkeeper there. Maybe he gets down a little bit slow, but I think really the wall should take the responsibility there. Maybe that's my goalkeeper bias coming out, but either way, you don't turn your back on a free kick, man. That's just terrible. But still, Fiorentina 0, Torino 2. Gabbiadini doubles our lead in the 37th minute. Vaselli's header goes over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So still 2-0 in this game as we went in search of a third goal. We were getting quite a few chances from corners though, and in the 55th minute we had a good chance to make it 3-0 from a corner, and we did as well. And Immobile got the goal. I drilled it towards the edge of the area, the corner of the area, like I did in the Roma game, and Sterling went pretty close from that shot, so I thought I'll try it again as it wasn't really working out too well and just crossing the ball in to see someone win a header. Gave it to Immobile on the edge of the area, and what a strike that is. Absolutely superb. It's a crisp strike really, with the outside of that right boot. So much power, and it's past the goalkeeper before he can even react. He's got literally literally no chance with that one, even though it's pretty central because of the power on it. He's got his hands on his head. Okay, maybe he could have reacted a little bit quicker, but either way, I thought it was a brilliant strike by Immobile, and it's more about the power than the accuracy, that one, which is the opposite to Gabbiadini's goal, which was more about the accuracy than the power. Either way, Fiorentina 0, Torino 3 was surely on course for another 3 points in this game. Fiorentina did have a good chance here, but Tyson's shot was well saved by Bernie, and eventually scrambled behind for a corner, so still 3-0 to the good guys in this game. But in the 89th minute, sadly, we would lose our clean sheet. I gave the ball away with Engels, and as Fiorentina came forward, Babacar had a one-on-one run with Bernie and just rifled the ball into the bottom corner to make it Fiorentina 1, Torino 3. So a bit of a shame to lose our clean sheet with just a few seconds on the clock of normal time. It's obviously not a big deal because of the head-to-head ruling in the Serie A. It's not too crucial of a deal for us because I don't anticipate that the season will come down to the head-to-head ruling. Come down to goal difference, sorry. But either way, it's still a shame to lose the clean sheet and everything, and a bit of a sign of a lapse of concentration, which I definitely showed there. But that does end the episode, guys. So as always, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode of Torino Career Mode, then please do leave a like. It's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. But of course, you don't have to leave a like if you don't want to. I know the views are dropping a little bit now because we're all excited for FIFA 16, but regardless, I still appreciate your support as always. And I will see you for the next episode of Torino Career Mode very soon.